Here.
Councilmember Warner.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Here.
Mayor Moore.
Here.
Good evening. Review of matters to be addressed at tonight's work session. Karen, any concerns, comments, questions about any of the information that you received at the last work session on Monday evening?
Yeah, Tony, you were going to clarify the Explorers, right?
Yes, I got a
Wanna
whole
do that?
list for you.
Oh, okay.
I got a whole list. I'll go right through everything for you.
And then,
So do you want to go through your clarifications?
Well, I'll go through my manager stuff first. I mean, because I'm going to
Yeah.
address a few things.
And
Right.
because
And we can come back.
if
We
you
can double
hit
back.
it, then I don't need to ask it, right?
Then we'll double back. Right. I want to address several of the issues that came up on Monday afternoon at the work session, Monday evening at the work session. All right, no sense letting them drag out for another week. All right, probably the first thing that I want to talk about is that we always seem to be responding to negative things, all right, or we always seem to be on the defensive. All right, the first thing that I want to do is I want to thank a couple of people. All right, Louise Murray, who isn't here tonight, Councilwoman Clayton, all right, who gave us a little bit of a positive twist about the Asbury Park Fire Department, all right, the other evening. All right, so when we get compliments, all right, just as we would respond to, all right, some of the negative things that we tend to experience, all right, some of the comments that we get, all right, some of the feedback we get, I also want to acknowledge, all right, when we get some positive, all right, feedback as well. All right, so I want to thank, all right, Louise Murray, I want to thank the councilwoman, all right, for the positive things that she said, all right, about the fire department. On behalf of, all right, Chief, all right, I'm not trying to encroach on your territory, all right, but on behalf of the chief, all right, and also our firefighters, thank you for the, all right, for the gracious words, all right, the other night. All right, secondly, Werner, all right, we appreciate your comments regarding, all right, the issue of the, all right, abandoned properties ordinance, all right, and the program. All right, I did speak to Rob McCune about that after the meeting, all right, and we definitely will keep you in the loop. We'll, all right, have discussions with you. All right, as it moves a little bit further, we'll be looking for, all right, from your input as well as, all right, other individuals' input. So we do thank you for the feedback. And the door still isn't broken. All right. For Councilman Werner, all right, I spoke to Ricky Gartz. All right, he's going to be putting something together as far as the policy letter, all right, of the MOU. All right, so we should be getting that from him. All right, for Deputy Mayor Quinn, the boardwalk lights on the north side, all right, they've been repaired. All right,
I got
they
an
should
email.
be functioning right now.
No, thank you.
All right. The misinformation regarding the 3 Ford Explorers, I think that's been clarified. All right, there was a mistake, an error, all right, in the wording of one of the resolutions. That was in fact 2 Ford Fusions. All right, the total for those were $29,000. Each one of them was $14,500. All right, so that's where the mistake was in that.
Okay.
All right, one other thing that I'd really like to clarify is that during the presentation, all right, we were informed that, all right, the city currently does not have, all right, any properties where we have municipal liens on. All right, that was, all right, a misstatement. We currently have approximately 46 properties that we do have municipal liens on at this time. All right, so I just want to make sure that we're clear on that, and we're going to be, all right, discussing this more at the staff meeting tomorrow. The only other thing that I have is an announcement. The Boston Way, all right, site and Springwood Avenue vision plan, all right, that the meeting that was scheduled for last week, all right, has been rescheduled to, all right, May 19th at 6 p.m. at the multi-purpose room at the Asbury Park Middle School. All right, I know it's far out there at this point, but I'll remind individuals, all right, at the next council meeting as well. But I just want to put it out there now.
is it May or March?
I'm sorry, did I say May? March.
Yes.
March 19th, I'm sorry. All right, March 19th at 6 o'clock.
That's it?
That's what I have.
Very good, thank you.
So then, in follow-up,
I'm sorry?
so then follow-up to the work session? Can we do that now?
Yes.
Yes,
Follow-up
yes,
questions?
absolutely.
Okay. So just
To
one.
executive session, you mean? Follow up to the executive session? Okay.
And Monday's work.
And Monday's work session.
Correct.
Just because we wanted you to go through your stuff before we did that. So just to follow up with the Lake House tax abatement / pilot, that we'd like to move forward with preparing that. And then in conjunction with that, per Deputy Mayor Quinn's request.
Right. So what we would want to put in the pilot, and I think we've done it with other pilots or abatements, I think in particular this is a pilot, is that they would be required to, one, give us the financial statements Tony's requested, and the second would be for the 5-year abatement, they would be providing music lessons to low to moderate income kids in Asbury Park, a minimum of 35 a year, and then reporting back yearly with some sort of certificate that they complied with providing those lessons. And I don't know if you need to put this, I don't care if they farm out, like, I know CoWorks does a number of lessons for kids with computers. If they want to farm out part of it for that, do part of it for, they can do that, but there is a minimum requirement of lessons for 5 years for low to moderate income students in Asbury Park.
And maybe the two of us can follow up with him. to
Sure,
kind of
yeah, and
Talk about,
I'll
we'll follow
call
up to talk
the
about how to work it out.
In order to move that forward, I did have the opportunity to speak to the tax assessor this morning. It will require an ordinance and a a pilot agreement. So we will start preparing those documents and bring them forward to you for your consideration, hopefully by the next council meeting.
Thank you.
So are we on our stuff yet, sir?
Yes.
So the only, I actually have a question, and then I'm done, I don't have anything I have to bring up. I don't wanna, we have a bill for Desmond for the parking report, and they are behind us, putting it mildly, no matter how many emails and how we try to get them to follow the agreement that we made. So with our last mildly threatening email, I finally got the report yesterday. But I don't want that bill to go out. I don't want to pay them until I look at this report and make sure it complies with what we actually asked them to do. So can we vote on it? I don't mind if we approve it, but I don't want it sent out,
Not the bill, the check.
the check.
Is that on tonight's bill list?
Yes.
It is.
I think Ricky's around the corner. We can do that, Ricky, right?
That's correct. Just so you, just for the record, the work is through December 31st.
They haven't, no, yeah, no.
That's the bill. I'm just
Okay.
pointing that out. Sure. We can hold the check. Not a
Okay.
problem. Not a problem.
Anything else?
General comments?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a couple things. One, and I wanted to just mention this, the Best Day Foundation is looking to do a 2-day event in Asbury Park. So the Best Day Foundation does surfing for young people with autism, and it's a day when they have anybody from the area to come down and get in the water, and it just like is a great activity for kids. So I'm really excited that they would do it in Asbury Park. And Tom, the dates they were looking at were July 11th and 12th at the North End Beach, and I was hoping we could do it similar to we do the Family Day, where it's a partnership. I'm excited that they're gonna do that here. So I just put that on your radar. I'll send an email tomorrow with the follow-up, and on everybody's radar that everybody's good with it. We hadn't talked about it yet, so I just wanted to bring it up, and we'll follow up. There is going to be a rec committee meeting on Monday at 4 o'clock. Is that right, Jesse?
Yes.
4 o'clock. And then just an update, Bradley Cove update. So the Green Acres application is still in review at the Department of Environmental Protection. They keep saying next month, next month, next month. The city's gonna go ahead and do all the pre-appraisal paperwork so that as soon as we hopefully get approval for those funds, we can get the appraisal done ASAP. And I don't know if anybody wanted to update the dumpster situation.
Go ahead.
So the consent order was reached and the dumpster will be moved by March 21st. If that hasn't gotten to everybody yet, that's the day, supposedly. And that's thanks to everybody's work on the previous council. And that was it.
Just one note. Tomorrow, there is a teleconference call to discuss the implementation of a program called the Haitian Family Reunification Parole Program. And what this does is allows certain Haitians who are in Haiti to be reunited with their families here in the States. And it expedites their applications and gets them in. So anybody that is interested in this information, I have the conference call number, and I'll give it to you after the session. Thank you.
Jesse?
Yes, I only have a couple. Over the past week, I've been making visits to the tower, talking to people from the homeowners association, and one of the things that came up is we're not able to get out. Is it possible that you can come up with a newsletter? And I explained to them this is our second month, and we will look into it. I will talk to the mayor and the city manager about it in the committee, but I think it takes a little bit more than 2 months to come up with a positive newsletter. And I told them that we will talk about it, and then I think 4 to 5 months would be adequate, but we'll see.
Just a question, are you talking about the senior buildings? They're saying they're not being able to get out?
Yes, the towers,
You
places
could
like
do
the
something in
towers.
conjunction with the newsletter that the senior center puts out. They put out a monthly newsletter, all right? And if you want to add something to it, you could put something, all right, in there as far as, possible comments or, all right, a mayor's, corner, mayor's focus, a council focus, all right, if you want anything to get out there. All right, it usually comes out, it's out by the, usually the last day of the month for the next month. So we could do that through the senior center and get it
Okay.
out, because we do make numerous copies.
Should I
We
see
make
you
about-
or should I see Tom? Is that
For the
correct?
time being right now, see Doug Schultz.
Okay.
All right, I'll tell Doug about it, all right, and we do, we send out about 500 copies. We put them in the lobbies of each of the buildings.
Great.
All right, and we do mail some. So I'll talk to Doug about it tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. One more issue. I'd like a report on the West Side Community Center. That's another issue that's been coming up to me. People have been talking about it. They're wondering what the city's gonna do about it. Any comments on the West Side?
You want me to take it?
Yes, tell me about the meeting.
Okay, tell us.
Councilman, all right, Werner, Councilwoman Clayton and myself met with the Board of Directors 2 weeks ago, all right, and we expressed some of our concerns. All right, we talked at length about all right, the need for programs there, and prior to being able to bring programs in, we need to look at the physical condition of the building. All right, we did commit ourselves to working with them, all right, to find, all right, sources of revenue and partners, all right, that we could bring to the table. We also suggested that they begin to look at some of their own board of directors and expanding the board. All right, so we were there for a good, I guess, 2 hours. All right, part of what we did is we reached out to several, several entities, which, I'm not going to bring them out at this point, who have some interest. All right, they've asked for a walkthrough for to the West Side Community Center with their board, or at least with Lori Ross. I've been in contact with Lori, all right, about that, and we're just waiting for dates so we could bring somebody through for a walkthrough. All right, we do have somebody who wants to bring some viable programs and who might be interested in putting some, all right, resources into the building for them.
Thank you.
So I don't know if the council people would like to piggyback on that. But that's where we are right now. We're in a holding pattern waiting for Lori to get back to us with some dates.
Thank you.
Nothing.
I have nothing, Tony.
I'll go back to this one. All right, I have one more item. All right, for an add-on for this evening's regular council agenda. All right, we're going to be introducing an ordinance. All right, part of the restructuring of some of the departments within the city. All right, we're going to be, all right, introducing an ordinance. All right, ordinance number 2015-08. establishing a new job title in the city of Asbury Park and a salary associated, therewith, the title of Communications Director, for the city of Asbury Park. The salary range would be between $55,000 and $89,000 a year. All right, so that'll be on the agenda for introduction this evening. Fred?
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Motion to adjourn.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Go right to the next
Okay.
meeting.